Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the Court of the EDI Jester. Let's talk about the civil service. Why shouldn't we? Eh? I worked in the civil service for years. Used to pop in, train good people all around the northwest and Birmingham, that sort of place. Used to have a ball. Fantastic people, many of them. Some people that shouldn't be there. Many of them too. But we've got some more unbelievable nuttery from the civil service that you just have to despair. Despair. I'm not despairing. I'm moving forward here. Come and join us, become a warrior teacher, the usual stuff, right? Subscribe, do your thing. Subscribe, please share. That's the most important thing. Nobody's listening to me on Twitter anymore. I can't get any traction at all. I have no idea what's going on. So, if you can share this, it would be really helpful. It really does help. Buy me a coffee, etc. The usual. Right. So this is from Daniel Martin. Writing in the Telegraph, or the Torygraph, on the 31st of January. Here's the headline. Rolling your eyes is racist. Nod your head instead, civil servants were told. Right? So, just, I don't know. Don't do anything that might make people think that you don't agree. Comply. That's the headline. Rolling your eyes is racist. Nod your head instead, civil servants told. It's like authoritarianism in one line. It's surreal. Staff give scathing feedback over controversial diversity training costing taxpayer 160k. Oh my God. That aims to wheedle out microaggressions. Don't use by the way, I'm just going to say so now. Don't use microaggressions, all right? It's not fair on anyone. If you're going to be aggressive, do it properly, right? So no microaggressions. What they're saying is rubbish, you're a feckin' idiot. Oi, you lumpen twat. Right, this rampant knob gobbler. If you're going to do aggression, let's do it properly. Let's stop funnying about, shall we? Civil servants are being told that rolling their eyes or looking at their mobile phones can be evidence of sexual or racial discrimination as part of controversial diversity training. They really are now at the point, they're at the point where they're really, really making people fear that they are going to do something wrong just by simply existing, aren't they? These lunatics that are outsourced. Public officials have instead been trained to nod their heads to promote transparency and inclusion. More than £160,000 has been spent by the government since 2021, hiring private sector consultants to train staff to spot microaggression, according to a report by The Times. But feedback from trainees has been scathing, with most saying they did not enhance their knowledge. That's because it's not about teaching you anything. Hello? It's not about teaching you anything, right? This is about indoctrinating you into a way of being. Obey. That's it. Pure they live. Obey. Obey. And the training costs more than £1,000 per worker. This is just appalling. And if they can roll it out more, they will. Right? Public money. There is scarce research into whether interventions to reduce microaggressions in the workplace are effective. You shouldn't be reducing them. You should be expecting people to behave like adults, disagree, and then go for a cup of tea after. I don't understand this. Why are they infantilizing the entire civil service, which is what they're doing, right? I have a back and forth with someone. It can get really heated. I expect to be able to go for a cup of tea with them, right? Even if they, lambast me like mad. The government body responsible for monitoring the value of spending in schools, the Education and Skills Funding Agency. There's an organisation that needs to go. What is it even, right? Spend more than £1,000 per worker on microaggression training for a handful of staff. Recently, a British woman of Indian descent complained that she was the victim of racial discrimination when bosses raised their eyebrows at each other while she was talking. Can you imagine? What was she saying? And then they went, what was it? What did she say? Was it men can be women? She lost her case. Good, you whinging, hyperbolic whinge beetles. Official training sessions in microaggressions began in 2021. We knew this was all cobblers in 2021. They're still doing it. They aren't going to stop. This is according to the figures released by the Cabinet Office under Freedom of Information laws. The most enthusiastic branches of government have been the Department for Transport, which spent £64,807, and the Competition and Markets Authority, the regulatory body, which spent £61,776. Berkshire Consultancy, which has been teaching staff, claims that microaggressions are specifically aimed at minorities to discriminate against them. A proposal document that featured Berkshire Consultancy's logo, obtained from the CMA, said that the microaggressions communicate hostile, derogatory or negative messages to target persons based solely upon their marginalised group. This is the intersectionality, critical social justice, critical race theory cobblers. Still, 2021. We knew everything we needed to know about this horrific movement, this anti-racism movement. We knew everything we need to know, and they're still doing it. They aren't going to stop. They are not going to stop. And the sooner we get our head round that the only line is a strong line, you're not doing this. We're not accepting this at all. Right the way across the board for critical social justice. The sooner we get our heads around it, the better. And the sooner we get our heads around the fact that the whole damn thing's connected. Gender, queer, race, environmentalism, the nut jobs environmentalists, the real balloons, right? Rather than the serious people. It's all connected. Critical social justice is the enemy. And we cannot let it remain. Not one parasitic part of it should remain. It gets worse. Could it possibly get worse? It's worse. I don't know, it's worse. It's worse. Just trust me, it's worse. It gets worse. This is hilarious, right? Public servants were also introduced to the concept of micro-affirmations. See? Micro-affirmations. Such as a nod of the head or asking someone different to contribute in a meeting. It's like they're controlling a classroom of children. They think you're children. This is women. It will be women, by the way, right? Not that I'm down on women, you know I'm not. But I'm saying that the likelihood is that these trainers going in with this kind of smothering toxic femininity, right? This toxic gendered role. We'll explain to you exactly how you should nod your head. I bet it's women. Somebody find out. So prove me bloody wrong. There you go. Don't get it. These techniques, i.e. nodding your head and asking somebody to speak, create a culture of transparency and inclusion. What do you mean they haven't before? They're not letting people speak in meetings? Is that what's been going on? I've been to numerous meetings with them, numerous over the years, and they always let everybody speak. Everybody can say, right, you, and then you, and then you. Right. Their managers were very good at getting people together and talking about what their challenges were of the day. I remember this as clear as day. They're being paid to promote an idea to solve a problem that doesn't exist. It's a boondoggle. Oh. Feedback overwhelmingly negative is the next headline. The Department for Work and Pensions spent £13,728 on microaggressions training for 45 digital staff. I wonder how much lunch was. With its main suppliers, the consultancies, here we go, KPMG. Let's not even start me on them. And Ernst & Young, the feedback was overwhelmingly negative. Overwhelmingly. The Department for Education spent £4,576 getting KPMG to run a workshop for just 4 workers from the Education and Skills Funding Agency, part of £18,304 spent by the DFE on microaggressions training. HMR spent £4,576 on a KPMG course for 12 staff. A Cabinet Office spokesman said that the government was considering introducing a presumption against external spending on equality, diversity and inclusion. That's interesting, isn't it? A Cabinet spokesman said the government was considering introducing a presumption against external spending. Just get the whole lot gone, right? Just wheedle it out. Don't let them spend any money on it and close the departments. That's what you do. Like any employer, we offer a range of learning and development opportunities to give staff the skills they need to succeed in their roles. But now make clear that courses must be assessed for value for money and clear justification must be provided for procuring learning and development activity. So what they're saying is that they're on this. They're on this. They recognise that what they've got is grifters. KPMG are obviously grifting off this. It looks like it to me. So I would say to you all, it's time when you're at work, stop filling out equal opportunity forms. That's the first thing we want you to do. Don't do them, right? And if you come up against something, you're trying to apply for a job or go to your doctors to get your bum piece seen or whatever it is that you're having done the day, when it comes up, gender, when it comes up, tell us about your ethnicity, right? When all that crap comes up so you can tick the boxes so they can play their intersectionality game, stop doing it. Stop doing it. And if it won't let you get past the form, directly contact the organisation that you're trying to get the information to and tell them you're not answering those questions, but you'd like to engage in whatever it is you want to do. Stop doing it. Stop doing it, because they are tick boxing us on the road to hell. The road to hell. There you go. Microaggressions and micro-affirmations. You could do two at once, couldn't you? Well done. Nutters! That's all they are, nutters. I'll see you later.